Florida East Coast Railroad is a Class 2 railroad that only operates in one state, the state of Florida. As you can see, many freight trains passing by, such as CSX freight trains, Norfolk Southern freight trains, but you rarely see any from the East Coast freight trains. As in my opinion, they were the most underrated railroads ever in the railroad community, in my opinion, which I find the Florida East Coast the backbone of Florida's railways. However, you will note that 2 steam locomotives from the Florida East Coast will later become the steam excursion stores. Savannah Atlanta 750, formerly known as Florida East Coast 80, was one of 31 Class 65 462 Pacifics built for the Florida East Coast Railroad. She hold passenger trains between Miami and Key West, Florida. However, in 1935, Labor Day hurricane had happened, causing the Florida East Coast selling most of the Pacifics, including 80, to the Savannah Atlanta Railroad. Upon 80 arriving on the Savannah Atlanta Railroad, it was later renamed to 750. In 1952, the engine retired from the Savannah Atlanta Railroad due to dieselization beginning in the 1950s. However, the Savannah Atlanta's president, Charles E. Gay, had donated the 750 to the Atlanta chapter of National Railway Historical Society after a period of storage, as the chapter has a task to restore the 750 to operating condition to port excursions. In 1964, the 750 was restored to operating condition and port of first public excursion on the Southern Railway for the Railroad Southern Steam Program, along with other Southern Railway steam engines such as 630 and the 4501. The engine will also go and meet other famous excursions such as 611 and even the most glorious steam engine, Flying Scotsman. However, Southern's lease of the 750 has ended, and the engine was now leased to the New Georgia Railroad, the Pomona excursions parts of Georgia. However, until the year 1989, where the engine's excursion service would end. It was found out that 750's valve box was worn out, and estimated that the repairs would be too much to repair the firebox. As a result, the 750 would be out of service by the New Georgia Railroad and replaced by the North Pacific, Atlanta and West Point 290. As of 2022, the 750 is now standing on static display, as has no plans to restore this engine to operating condition. Now it's time for 148. U.S. Sugar, formerly known as Florida East Coast 148, is one of 10 462 Pacifics built by American Locomotive Company, or ALCO for short, for the Florida East Coast Railroad. The engine mostly held passenger trains between Miami and Key West, as told earlier when talking about 80. However, in 1935, the Labor Day hurricane has happened, causing the Florida East Coast Railroad selling most of the older Pacifics to the scrapyard for scrap. However, 148 managed to stay on the Florida East Coast Railroad. In June 1952, the 148 was sold to the U.S. Sugar Corporation of the USSC to pull sugar cane trains, along with 3 other siblings such as 98, 113, and 153. Beginning in the 1960s, the U.S. Sugar Corporation was starting dieselization and retiring for the steam engines. In 1968, the 148 was bought by Sam Freeman. Freeman managed to restore the 148 to operating condition and started pulling excursions. And even in September 1975, the 148 took part of the recreation of the Jersey Center's Blue Comet as seen earlier. However, when the 148 became inoperable in 1977 and Freeman's death in 1983, the engine was sold to different owners in 3 different states, those states being Connecticut, Michigan, and Colorado, which they tend to restore the 148, but it didn't for unknown reasons. However, in 1916, the USSC CEO, Robert H. Bunker Jr., required the 148 to restore the operating condition for its Sugar Express and run down the South Florida Central Line. Today, the 148 still operates to this day after 2023, but the U.S. corporation is pulling its scheduled Sugar Express excursions. One on the static display, one in operation. They were full East Coast steam excursion stars.